Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. An unfortunate event happened yesterday around 11:30 at Sutherland Springs, Texas, where 26 people have been killed and shot and 20 others injured by Devin Patrick Kelly, a man that I would describe as no conscience, to go into a church and kill everyone from men, women to little children. Quite a few children were shot in that disturbing fiasco there. But what I want to do in this report is get down to the nitty gritty. If you have not heard the details, let me cover quickly or recap some of that. But Devin Patrick Kelly, who is the shooter, went into the church, shot up the church, killing the 26, injuring 20 others, and I guess then he left the building and was pursued by a civilian who had a gun, and they exchanged gunfire. And then apparently Devin Kelly got into his vehicle, and the civilian found Johnny Langendorf, and they both got into Johnny's vehicle there and pursued after Devin Kelly there in the vehicle, where Devin Kelly went around some corner and crashed the vehicle and was dead inside the vehicle at the time. So the shooter is dead and multiple others are dead there at the church. So that's kind of the background information of what happened. But here's what I want to add to that is Donald Trump took to Twitter immediately. So if the mainstream media tries to tell you he's not doing anything or he didn't say anything, that's not true. Mind you, Hillary Clinton didn't take to Twitter right away, but Donald Trump did. And here's what he had to say about the event. And he said this, and I quote, "May God be with the people of Sutherland Springs, Texas. The FBI and law enforcement are on the scene. I am monitoring the situation from Japan." So first and foremost, Donald Trump came out and said his condolences to the family. But let's get into some of the information on who is this Devin Kelly character. Well, people have managed to get screenshots of his Facebook and LinkedIn account before they were closed. So we've got a pretty good idea of who he is. So what I want to throw up on the screen is Paul Joseph Watson from InfoWars has caught a screenshot of his some of the things that he cared about on his LinkedIn page. And here's some of those things so we can find a motive. But it's animal welfare, arts and cultures, children, civil rights, social action, environment, health, and human rights. This is all socialist or social justice warrior red flags for me. So obviously he was part of the far left. He was a social justice warrior. He very liberal-minded man, and that is showed on his LinkedIn account. But also on his Facebook page details a little more. There was also a screenshot captured. I'm going to show you the one that was put on Paul Joseph Watson's Twitter page, and there are some things that he liked on this, and it's atheism, CNN, of course, Atheist Republic, all of these kinds. You can see a lot of atheist ties, but also there are reports that on his Facebook page he would often tweet out, Christians are stupid, Christians are dumb, these kinds of things. So he had an avid hate for Christianity, even though at one point he taught a Bible study. So apparently somewhere in the mix he's atheist, or maybe he was an atheist even when he went, but we have that link and tie there that he is very atheistic mentality. He was part of the left, he was social justice warrior, liberal views. And so if they try to paint it anything other else, we have the screenshots to prove it. But he also had some pretty severe, I would say, mental issues, obviously, because he had a hate for Christianity. And I think that's something that's growing in our culture. Now, days before the attack, he also posted his rifle, a picture of it, and said, "She's a bad bee." I'm not going to repeat the word. But in other words, he's a liberal atheist. Now, some of the motives as to why he went to the church, those haven't been fully revealed, but there is talk that his in-laws went to the church or had attended the church at some point, including his wife who had taught there, or had, many believed that she had taught there. I don't know with 100% certainty the fact on that yet, but those are some of the motives being thrown out there. Obviously, we know a motive is that he hates Christians because he often talked about it. And, you know, biblically speaking, the Bible does talk about an increased amount of Christian persecution in the latter days. And we are seeing a lot of that. And we are seeing a lot of upticks in that. Now, here's what ticks me off is the moment that this happened, Democrats started taking and seizing the opportunity to go after our guns. I'm tired of it. Here's the thing. They're saying, oh, well, the rifle that, you know, he used and shot up all the people, and we need to ban those, and we need to start taking, look, the guy shouldn't have had a gun in the first place. Devin Kelly should not have been allowed a gun with our laws that are already in place. He shouldn't have been allowed, but he had one. Why? Because bad people continually get the guns no matter what. But what the Democrats aren't saying is that there was a civilian who exchanged gunfire. If it hadn't been for that civilian who had a gun, okay, that guy's a hero to have a gun and go after Devin Kelly, right? Because of a gun, less people were killed. And I say amen to that. And so that's what they fail to tell you. Let me show you this report from thehill.com, and it's titled, Democrats renew calls for gun control in the wake of Texas shooting. And it details Senator Bob Casey, Dirk Durbin, and Kamala Harris all took and seized the moment and said, oh, let's go after the guns. And let me tell you something. After the Vegas shooting, after the shooting here in Texas, you can guarantee you that they are going to push this to the brim in order to go after our guns. And that's exactly what they're going to do with this. That's exactly what's happening. And we see that from every level being pushed from everywhere. Now, we know there's a lot of hairy things that aren't being answered in Vegas. We'll see if that gets answered here or any unanswered questions. But so far, we've got a good piece of the pie on the puzzle, which gives me a little more peace, if you will, as far as, you know, the stance on it or whatnot, as far as the actual details of what happened. It's a very sad event and it's very disturbing, and please continue to pray for everyone out there, but also make everyone aware that the Democrats and many on the far left are seizing this opportunity to go after your guns. We need to stop that and nip it in the butt. It is guns that keep people safe. And like I said, the bad guys will get the guns no matter what the laws are. Case in point, this situation, right? So we have to keep that at the forefront of our memory, at the forefront of it all, because they're going to go after our guns. And what happens to the good guy is then left without the gun. The bad guy still gets the gun. Anyhow, wanted to bring you the latest on all that. So you kind of get my rundown take on everything that's going on. Please continue to pray for the families that are impacted. And also don't forget to check out my partner at NobleGoldInvestments.com. He's got gold, silver, these kinds of things. You need to have tangible things in the event that it hits the fan. So go to NobleGoldInvestments.com, and it helps fund everything that I do here. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.